What's up, everybody? Starek here, bringing you a new video where we're going to do a track walk on Magdalena GP for the ICS round 4. First of all, I'm going to be going through most of the corners where I think are important in this race. Mostly looking at not exactly the racing line. I won't be going over that because, as some of you may know, I hate time trialing and I'm not the fastest over one lap, but feel like I need to, kind of do a little track walk here to designate each corner of what I think are good places to pass or not. So I'll be designating turns one of three ways. The first way is whether you can make a move here. So that basically means that you can use the braking zone and or the draft to get alongside someone to take the corner, to basically pass a person, generally on the inside. So really, the second designation is basically an opportunity corner. A corner where you probably don't want to try to make a move, or you're gonna like make contact, get a CCD, or just generally slow yourself and the other person down, as the second category. The third one is like danger, do not go side by side here. So I'll just get right into it. The first corner here is definitely a make a move corner. Obviously, coming off the straight here, if you're able to get alongside someone, if you're like here or here alongside someone, you're able to, take the inside of the corner here. Because generally the line is, it starts back here, just FYI. So keep that in mind if you're going to dive bomb. It's more or less kind of a straight and then a hook on, that's generally the race line here. So keep that in mind. It's not like a normal, you don't do this, right? Where there's lots of space here to dive bomb, which there is not. This is the racing line. So just keep that in mind if you're further back than what I've designated here. Let me scroll down here. So for turn 2 and 3, this is more or less just an obstacle rather than an actual turn, in my opinion. I'm not even going to designate these two corners because I'm not really passing anybody there in general. Unless somehow you're able to hook the outside of turn 1 and get the inside of turn 2. But just not going to designate it because you're either going to be side by side after passing or not, Turn 3, again, this is just a slight hook, so I'm not even going to designate it. All right. Turn 4 is a really hard hairpin. I think this might be the most hairpinny of all hairpins in the game. It's very tight. The racing line here is you're going to be braking a lot here, or letting off the gas pretty early, and generally the racing line is something along the lines of this. Don't quote me on that, as I'm not a fastest racer around here, but coming out of turn 2 and 3, if you're able to get alongside someone, if you're here, man, my perspective drawing is not great in Microsoft Paint here, but you get the picture. If you're in this general area, but if you're further back here, probably try not to make a pass because you're probably going to T-bone someone with the POV differences. But if you're pretty much alongside them, you're pretty safe to, take the inside here. And if the person in front of you defends, let's say they come to the inside here, try to go outside. Try to go to the outside here. If they defend you, you see that, back out, go to the outside. Make them take this really tight. Because you never know, they may go off and do a really bad exit out here, which then you can go kind of outside and switcheroo them and maybe try to make something happen in the next corner. Try to get ahead of them if they make a pretty big mistake here. So I'm going to designate this as you can make a move here, but just be careful about dive bombing. Turn 5, this is probably, in my opinion, the most awkward corner in the game. It comes out really fast, just because, man, that's just whatever. yeah, it's just so weird. The racing line here is not where I took a picture here, but it's more along the lines of from up here. Trying to do this and then going straight. You're gonna be trying to go straight out here to get to the S's. This I would not recommend trying to make a move here because you may have to go alongside someone in the next S's, which I do not recommend whatsoever. I would only try to make a move if, you know, if you're fully alongside by at least a half car length, which would be interesting, and they would have to have made a mistake on turn before. Then you could probably make this move. But if you're like back here, don't dive bomb. You're just gonna T-bone them because the person who's in front is not going to expect you to make a move from back there, to be honest, because their racing line is something along the lines of this. So I'm going to designate this as more of an opportunity corner, because sometimes they will, you know, like I did here, give lots of space on the inside to where you may be able to sneak up here, and then at that point this person will have to kind of back out because you don't want to go side by side in these S's, which I'll be talking about next. So the race line here coming off this corner is into the S's here is definitely just straight, trying to be as straight as possible. Just do not go side by side here. Whatever you do, if you're not like even with someone coming into these, just whoever's behind, back out. Like, just don't do it, because one of like two things are gonna happen. You're gonna, you know, make contact, or someone's gonna get a CCD, and then someone who pushed the other person may get a penalty. So just really be aware of that. Try at all costs not to go side by side into these corners. This last corner, I am going to designate it as a opportunity corner. You know, if the person in front of you kind of there's a lot of opportunity for, you know, when a person goes wide in this corner to sneak up the inside. There's also an opportunity, you know, if someone gets a really bad exit out of the S's, a lot of times you sometimes are able to, they'll come like this, they'll come up and try to get to here, and sometimes you can just sneak past and get to the inside of them like this. Obviously it's not exactly right here, but you know, further back in this little small straight here, I'll kind of designate right here, coming out of the S's here. Sometimes you're able to do that and then just, you know, take away the inside from them and make the pass there. But if you're on the outside here and if someone's in the inside, you can try to do a switcheroo on the exit. You know, I'm not gonna be able to do it here, but you kind of understand. You go outside and you cut in on the next straight here and try to make a move that way into turn one. So designating this as more of an opportunity corner with some opportunities to possibly make a move if it's been given to you, really, rather than you making the move. And that's all I have for the track walk. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You know, DM me, whatever, on Discord. Really open to anything. These are, of course, my opinions on the corner. I have not exactly raced, you know, this particular combo very much, but you know, this is just from experience driving all sorts of cars here, and there's only two corners that I would attempt passes on, really, is turn 1 and turn 4, and then possibly this last what is it, 5, 6, 7, like turn 8, or sorry, turn 9, this last corner. Sometimes I'll try to find this opportunity to get to the inside of someone, but to be honest, those are like the only 3 corners where I would ever want to be side by side with someone on this track. Just putting it out there, my opinion, of course. I try to let race clean, and I hope this helps everybody else try to race clean as well, because the last round I saw a lot of people making moves in corners which didn't really allow for moves to be made, which resulted in a lot of incidents. So hopefully this will help everybody. Really appreciate any comments left below in the comments. I will see y'all next time. Peace.